I received a very strange voicemail on Wednesday evening. I'm going to give you a little teaser because we're probably going to circle back to this later, and this will all make sense in the end, I promise. But if you're someone who maybe only listened to part of the show, some of the show, you're going to want to listen to the whole thing today. See, this is how I hook you in, because we are going to revisit this later in the show. But on Wednesday night, just after 9 p.m., I received a very, very strange voicemail. By the way, this is not a bit. This is all 100% legit. This really happened. I received this exact anonymous voicemail, but here's the hook. I do believe I've identified who this person is, but it's not somebody I know personally, not somebody I've ever met, but it is someone who, if I'm right, they have called the show before. But this recording that I'm about to play for you is not from the show. This is from my voicemail. And by the way, I did have to edit it because to be able to air it on FM radio, I did have to do a little editing, which will be obvious when you hear it, when you hear the bleeps. But this is the voicemail that I got Wednesday night, just after 9 p.m.
Who the is Matt Connarton? You're not Matt Connarton. And it was so fake because it's AI or whatever. Who the is Matt Connarton, babe? What's wrong? It's not valid. It's incorrect. It's wrong. Matt Connarton? Who the is Matt Connarton?
Now, I'll just tell you. So I went to bed Wednesday night thinking, it's probably a stalker and I'm about to be murdered. No, I didn't think that. But I did go to bed Wednesday night thinking, that voice is very familiar to me. I feel like I've heard that voice somewhere, but I can't place it. I woke up Thursday morning. My eyes pop open. And I think, I know where I've heard that voice before, and it was on my show. That person is called my show, and that's where I've heard the voice. And again, we'll circle back to it later in the show. It might not be until the third hour. It might not be till the end of the show. But I will reveal to you, before this show concludes today, where I have heard that voice before and who I believe that individual might be. Right now, what we're going to do, as promised, if you were listening from the beginning of the show today, you might have heard me play some audio for you from a very mysterious voicemail that I received on Wednesday night, just after 9 p.m. And I'm going to play that for you again. If you missed it, I'm going to play that voicemail for you, the edited version. I had to clean it up for FM radio, but it's short. It's only about 30 seconds. But I got this very mysterious, anonymous voicemail, and I went to bed Wednesday night thinking, I've heard this voice before. I don't know where, but there's something familiar about this voice. And then Thursday morning, the next morning, my eyes popped open, and I said, I know where I've heard that before. So I'm going to play the voicemail for you, and then I'm going to play the segment of this show, not the entire segment, but I'm going to play the one little part of a segment from this show a few years ago when my guest on that day, well, I had two guests in studio with me. One of them was Huey the Gecko, who was the main focus of the segment, but also with Huey was Aaron Bilodeau, who was just here with us live in studio. So it is a small world, getting smaller all the time. But Aaron Bilodeau was here that day too. He was, so you might even hear his voice in the clip that I play. But I'm going to play for you the part where this person calls in. I'm going to say I'm about 95% sure that it's the same person. I really believe that it's the same person. Again, the first time, the one time actually that they called into the show was a few years ago. So I don't know why this is happening. I don't know what's going on here. It's very strange, very mysterious. I don't know, but I'm going to play for you. First, I'm going to play the voicemail that I got, and then I'm going to play that clip from that segment of my show, the one time that this individual actually called into the show. Okay, so here's the voicemail. Again, I received this just after 9 p.m. Wednesday night.
Who the is Matt Connarton? You're not Matt Connarton. And it was so fake because it's AI or whatever. Who the is Matt Connarton, babe? What's wrong? It's not valid. It's incorrect. It's wrong. Matt Connarton? Who the is Matt Connarton?
Okay, so now I'm going to play for you again. And if you're looking for this online, the title of the segment, it's on YouTube. The segment is called Huey the Gecko Mercilessly Trolled by Pod Awful Cult on Matt Connarton Unleashed. And if you're not familiar, Pod Awful is a podcast and stream hosted by Jesse P.S. He's a controversial figure, but he's been on the show too. Jesse's been on the show, and I've been on his show like several years ago. But here it is. So that's the name of the clip if you're looking for it online, the name of the segment. But here's the little bit that voice, where we hear that same voice, what I believe is the same voice. Point. Yes, we should not besmirch Frankenstein. And we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi. I was just calling, and I wanted to call to speak about Huey the Gecko.
Yes, he is here at the news desk.
Hi, Jade.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How's it going?
Good, you?
Well, this is...
Yeah, you said you're doing good.
I just wanted to say, I've been a fan of Huey the Gecko for a little bit, and I think that last guy was kind of a loser, and that your music is pretty cool, and, the territory comes with haters, so I would never let the haters get to you.
No, he clearly does not, and but hey, everyone's a critic.
Have you ever had a rare section of your vinyl collection where you could carry about 30 of them, but the weight of those 2 was way more than the weight of those 30? The weight of the words of that woman that just spoke right there meant way more than any of the callers that came on before.
Oh, well, very nice. Well done, Jade. Well done.
All right. Well, keep doing what you do, Huey the Gecko. Bye.
Thank you so much for those kind words.
Thank you. All right, so that's the call. So I believe that's the same. Now, let's listen one more time to the voicemail.
Who the is Matt Connarton? You're not Matt Connarton. And it was so fake because it's AI or whatever. Who the is Matt Connarton, babe? What's wrong? It's not valid. It's incorrect. It's wrong. Matt Connarton? Who the is Matt Connarton?
So there you go. So you be the judge. But like I said, I'm about 95% sure that it is the same individual who called. The person who left me that voicemail was the same person as the one who called into the show that time that Huey the Gecko was here and was being mercilessly trolled by a member of the Pod Awful cult. By the way, if you ever go and listen to the full segment, if you haven't heard it, it's on YouTube. It's one of my favorite segments ever from the show, ever, because I just found it. I just found the whole thing to be so entertaining. I remember my dad getting mad at me about it because he felt like my guest had been mistreated over the course of the segment. And I'm like, well, he's kind of in on the joke, Dad. Anyway, but it's a fun segment. And by the way, the member of the Pod Awful cult, if you do go and listen to the whole segment, who harasses Huey that day, has also been on this show in studio because he happens to play in a band from the area, a great band from the area. But I will not say any more than that because I do not want to. I don't want to dox him, which wouldn't literally be doxing, but I don't want to out him as his real identity. But it's a very small world, a very, very small world. The internet makes everything small. But yes, I was asked in that voicemail who the blank is Matt Connarton. Who is Matt Connarton? I often ask myself that question. Who is Matt Connarton? I'll stare into the mirror, and I this is how I start every day to kind of get myself motivated and pumped up for the day. I look in the mirror and I say, "Who is Matt Connarton?" And I say, "I am him, and he is me." I don't know. I don't really do any of that. I made some of that up, and by some I really mean all.